As you may know, I think maybe as everyone may know, there is a solar eclipse coming to Canada, and that's tomorrow. I've never shot anything like this before, and I'm not 100% sure that I have the right equipment. I've also heard that solar eclipses can be entirely enthralling, and photographers who go to shoot them go to take their photo and see the solar eclipse and then completely forget to take the photo and never get a shot of it. I really hope that's not me. Past few weeks, I've been doing a bit of planning, preparing. I've been doing a little bit of purchasing. I've got three sort of things that I'm going to be bringing with me. Um, the first, I think, that everyone has is a pair of solar glasses. In this case, this is two because I'm going to be going with a friend. The other is I picked up, this is probably not a rated certified solar filter, but it is an ND 100,000, so 16 and a half ish stops, which should prevent the sun with my long lens, should prevent the sun from burning a hole through my camera sensor. But if that even happens, I don't want to miss it, so I'm going to bring a spare camera just in case something happens to my main camera. I'm going to be shooting this with a new lens that I got, and I've got to go really test this thing out in the field because I'm not 100% sure how good its stabilization is all the way out at the 400 millimeter range. And I'm not 100% sure how stable it's going to be, on my tripod. So I'm going to chuck the filter on it, go out. Today happens to be a really nice sunny day, clear sky. So I'll have a chance to try this out. The main thing that I'm concerned about, which is always one of my concerns, is of course clouds. Frankly, I'm nervous about the time investment and the investment of going down and getting this thing, and then maybe missing out on one of these once in a lifetime opportunities. I don't want it to be a zeroth in a lifetime opportunity for me. So I headed off to Cherry Beach on this beautiful day to test out the gear and dial in my expected camera settings. But it proved more difficult than I had expected. Not the simplest thing trying to find the sun. I guess I should have zoomed out and looked around for it, but the entirety of the screen is just blackness, but for this one sort of very bright dot that's clipping the highlights. So I'm just switching over to manual focus and trying to see if there's any possibility that I can get this thing focused. So what I'm trying to do is just get the sun maybe right in the center. I want to get a good idea of like a scale, like how big is the sun going to be when I actually take this photo, and is it going to be big enough for me to get any detail of it or really zoom in? I'm all the way out 400 millimeter here, and other than my tripod shaking like crazy, I can see a little bit of detail. If you look just right here, you can see a spot on the sun. I just can't seem to focus really well, probably because it's shaking and I'm just not able to really get very close. So unfortunately, it's going to take me, I think, a little while to get this sorted out tomorrow, which isn't that great. The best spot in Ontario for capturing the total solar eclipse was predicted to be in Fort Erie, about a 2-hour drive for us. Navigating the road closures and traffic, we ended up avoiding the crowds and setting up in a local park. Well, we're here at Fort Erie on the day of the eclipse, and the weather is not looking good. It is bright, and we've only got about 45 minutes until the first part of the eclipse starts, the partial eclipse. But it's super clouded over, and the forecast has it clouded over. There are some spots of blue sky on the horizon, but I think it's not looking pretty good. Anxiously, I like to set my camera up right away, and I never miss an opportunity to set up a second angle, record a time lapse, or to make a fool of myself. Okay, what did you say? 3 minutes until C1, partial eclipse?
Until C1.
All right. Oh, I forgot to introduce you to my friend. I'm here with my friend whose name is also Nick. Look at these two besties. Nothing to do but sit and watch. I really enjoy the way the reduced light affected these clouds and the colors I was able to bring out of these images. All right, well, Nick pointed out that, the way that they call these, basically you have contact one or C1. That's when the sun starts, so the moon starts occluding the sun, which has happened already. Then contact two is the full eclipse. or the start of that. Contact 3 is the full eclipse leaving, and then contact 4 is the last moment of the sun being occluded by the moon. And actually, what he's pointed out is very funny, is that I have buttons on my camera for exactly those things. So we don't even really need to wait, because I can just hit the C1 button there to get the partial. Then when I want the solar eclipse fully, I can hit the C2 button. When I'm done with that, I can just hit the C3 button, and then probably this button over here he thinks is for the full solar eclipse. He doesn't know why it's red, but yeah, I think that's what it is. Well, I'm taking a few shots, but the clouds come back. I think it's possible that I've got the only shots that I can get today, which is just like a partial solar eclipse. And the sky is really not clearing up very much. There are some small patches of blue, but we've still got several hours. I think probably it'll be enjoyable at least to see the sort of midday darkness and try that out. I took away 7 images that all have this same kind of cloudy, colory vibe to them. I really like what I got, actually. Okay, well, we are just 10 minutes away from the full solar eclipse, and we've got, dark skies and clouds, which is really not great. I'm trying to capture anything that we can. Luckily, we've got a little more than 3 minutes of total full solar eclipse, and so hopefully during that time a cloud will clear and give us a little bit of a view. But if we don't hit the the sort of beginning or right at the end, then maybe you don't get the special effects. But it's been fun just coming out here and kind of doing this to begin with. It's very interesting, and lots good to see, like lots of photographers and all sorts of people coming out to show their kids and to look at it themselves and all that. So. Well, this shot was the last that I got, and I don't think it was my best. Stick around for a moment, because I have a little gift for you. It's really disappointing that we can't see anything. It's completely clouded out. Yeah. But also, it seems like it's probably like darker than it would be. I don't know. 319. I don't know. I think I got nothing. Well, that's not true. I got some shots of the partial solar eclipse, which is good, but not any shots of the full solar eclipse. You can hear some banshees or something in the background, just absolutely going nuts. The animals going crazy. And now the next thing that happens is the flock of birds becomes a flock of people trying to get out of here as fast as possible. I also made up this cell phone background. If that's something you would enjoy displaying, you'll find a link to download it in the description. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.